You know, I've noticed something about how we build, right? If a plumber keep fixing the same leak every Tuesday, we don't call him an expert. We call it patchwork. And we probably wouldn't hire him again, right? An expert doesn't just fix the leaks. He looks at the water pressure in the whole building, and he knows if the pressure is too high, the pipes are going to keep busting. Think about it. And I know I've sat in those same chairs, and I know the feeling of having an argument with your son every night, or seeing the same student in your office or in the ISS room every week faithfully. I get it. It feels like you're on a treadmill, but a cycle can only be broken by changing the system, not the changing the person all the time. We aren't just dealing with problem kids, we're dealing with problem systems and pressure that is just too high that they haven't had to framework to work with yet. Like in our schools, in our home, we've fallen into the suspension loop, right? That's what I call it, the suspension loop. The first event, a young man pushes the boundary. Secondly, the reaction comes, we remove him or take the phone. Then thirdly, he returns. He comes back, nothing really changed. He's just a little more quiet, a little more reserved, but nothing changes. He didn't get a new skill or a new blueprint to work from. He kind of just sat in what I like to call the waiting room of resentment, guys, from what happened previously, right? So we think we're teaching them a lesson, but we just training them how to survive and be quiet, hoping that things magically get better. That's the loop. You can't build a house by taking away the bricks. The punishment starts the behavior today, but it's the wrong tools for building a leader for tomorrow. Think about it, guys. Growth is impossible in a space that only focuses on what is wrong. Man, I said a lot without saying a lot. If a plant isn't growing, you don't yell at the plant. You begin to check and nurture and cultivate that soil, guys. Ask me how I know. The suspension loop fails because it focuses on the past, not building the leadership within. Because leadership is about the future. Management is about keeping things quiet and hoping that it gets better. Leadership is about making things better, improving the individual and the system around him or her. To break the loop, guys, we need to institute our Kingmaker Method, right? And stop focusing on the event and stop focusing on the operating system that our young men need that they don't have, right? So we use what's called our Kingmaker Dashboard, and I love it because it's a GPS to maximize their potential. We've discovered that a young man loves two things. You guys with me? Two things: data and respect. We look at three markers, right? Three markers. The sovereignty score. How well did he lead himself today? The impact metric. Did you build your community up? And the pivot of power, right? How fast did you correct your mistakes, and that did you go through it or did you grow through it? And when a young man sees these numbers, finally the loops begins to break. He realizes now, I'm not a bad kid. I'm an architect with a leaky roof, and I can fix that. So we move from shaming him to now, Kingmaker Academy, baby, we begin to equip him. And when we install this method, the legacy begins to change, the man improves, and he stops being a repeat offender, and he starts being what I like to call a sovereign leader, guys. Imagine this. Imagine 3 years from now, your son carrying that mindset of growth. He's not just surviving anymore the year, he is now succeeding by design, right? He has a blueprint and a framework. I've spent my life building these blueprints so that you don't have to start doing it on your own, or definitely you don't want to do it from scratch. We can work together and build our success team for our young men. So guys, I encourage you to go to kingmakersolutions.com right now and download your sovereign leader blueprint. It will change your life and empower your son or your student or your mentee. Let's break the loop today and start building our future kings of tomorrow. I am Cedrick Washington, but Go by King Cedrick. Just been crowned. I love you to life. Don't give up on our young man. Some things just need a little bit more work, right? I like to think of the analogy like this. Sometimes if you're putting a nail into a wood, right, you might hit it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. You may not feel like you're making progress, but as you keep going, as you stay focused, as you keep hitting it, you eventually begin to break through. So guys, I know you've been through a lot as parents, as educators, and as community leaders, but don't give up on our young men. I am the fruits of your hard work. I am the fruit of your prayers and your diligence of not giving up on the young men. So now my life work and my mission is now to restore families, rebuild my community, and empower schools with this proven framework and blueprint to help our young men not only go to another level, but grow to another level. And that same at-risk you kids will be in this seat right now, guys, teaching, leading, and instructing, and helping and serving, Lord God, helping and serving our young people for that next level. So please don't forget to like, comment, and share, and I will see you guys on the next one. Let's stop managing. Let's start architecting the new leaders of tomorrow. Peace, and I'll see you on the next one.